With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Detroit Lions and the Seattle Seahawks. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's Coleman. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Coleman. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. It's caught. Block it. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 3rd down, it's Coleman. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They go play action with Wilson. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, 41 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Out to kick is Janikowski. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 23. From the gun, here's Stafford. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. It was Logan Ryan that time who knocked it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford out to the flat for Ritter. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd down, it's Coleman. A 3-yard gain and enough for the 1st down.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. On 1st down, Wilson. He'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Let's go to work. Let's go to work.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Alert!
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Finding Gabriel, complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Wilson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was this successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. Out to kick is Janikowski. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Stafford. Now the ball comes loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Sliding out of the pocket. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Coleman on the toss. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He hits Riddick underneath. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it a 2nd down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Returnable for Lockett. Oh, good move. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Coleman now. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Glover Quinn there on the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll toss it to Coleman. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. On second down, Wilson throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
This is Coleman. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Right back to him on first down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play action. It's Wilson. Out to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And that'll make it third down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now. And that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ezekiel Ansah in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. The Seahawks on third down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now it's Wilson. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And Janikowski bangs it through, and the lead now increases to 20-0. So they get to 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, going to the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we've come upon halftime here. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This is Reddick on the screen. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Stafford on 3rd down. And he locates Luke Wilson. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now a 1st carry for LeGarrette Blount. And some room to maneuver. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, Stafford toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
To throw is Stafford. And that is incomplete.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on 3rd downs, and it's costing them.
Here's Sam Martin now. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it 1st to begin the 3rd. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done. 3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
To throw on 2nd down. Wilson. And a grab made by Doug Baldwin. His 1st reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. Wilson now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Look for signals. Zebra.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. That'll bring up second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Thompson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. A 10-play drive that time. And the capper, a 19-yard touchdown run. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. It was Logan Ryan that time who knocked it away.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Because you're right, they have had no room to breathe. From the gun on third down, Stafford. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard. Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away. Now it's Lockett. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. They begin the drive with Coleman. And an alley to run. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Now Wilson on first down. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage. Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball. Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort. Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down. Come on. On second down, here's Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of... And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Devon Kennard in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a fourth down. We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action? Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right? No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly. Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Now this offense ready to head back out there. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere. But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? LeGarrette Blount, and he's brought down after a very nice gain. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. On first down, Stafford here. It's complete to Golden Tate, and he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size. They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. On 1st and 10, Stafford. side by Jones. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Stafford. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
4 down. Check your set. Red 80.
Throwing again at Stafford. Out to the flat for Reddick. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
Set. 250.
To the air again, Stafford. Wilson snags it left side. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Set. 180. Right there. 54, right there.
Again, it's Stafford. Some strong running at the 20. Going to throw right side here, complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 6 of 7 now on this drive.
Set. 180.
Stafford looks to throw again. Going underneath to Blount. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
Offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Now Stafford. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool it, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
He completes it to Jones. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Here's Stafford. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Set. 280.
Here's Stafford now on second down. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays.
Offense.
Fire another one into the end zone.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Stafford. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game. And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
42's the mic, boys. 42. 42's the mic.
They will run again with Coleman. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
And they have secured a spot in